Good morning, everyone. My name is April Rose Ramos from the Group 4 report, continuation sa report ni Luceline Haibisano.
So the first one is resource suppliers. Ang resource suppliers is mao ni mga providers sa materials or product nga kinahanglan sa hospitality business para maka-operate sama sa food, beverage, linens ug equipment. Before mag-add og new item ang restaurant, kinahanglan nila i-check kung enough ba ang supply sa ingredients. Kung limited ang supply, possible nga mosaka ang presyo ug mapektuhan ang operations ug ang profit sa tuang negosyo. So, for example, kung ang restaurant gusto mo add og shrimp sa ilahang menu nya kulang ang supply sa shrimp, so mahimong mahal ang ilahang palitonon nga ingredients ug mapektuhan ang presyo sa pagkaon. So the second one is capital supplier. So when we talk about capital, it refers to money. So capital suppliers mao ni ang mga tawo or institution nga mohatag og financial support or funding sama sa banks or investors. Ang hospitality business nagdepend nila para sa pag-finance sa new projects. So improvements or expansion, kung ang investors ganahan lang og short-term profit, lisod para sa business. Magplano sa long-term services. So, example, kung ang hotel gusto magpa-renovate sa ilang rooms or sa ilang pool, pero wala sila'y enough budget. So, pwede sila mangutang sa bank para makakuha og funds para sa improvement sa ilang hotel. So, next is labor supply. Ang labor supply is nagpasabot ni siya sa availability sa workers or employees sa job market. Importante ni siya nga resources kay kinahanglan ang business ug skilled staff para mahatag og quality service sa customers. Kung kulang og trained ang employees, maapektuhan ang operation ug customer satisfaction. For example, kulang ang waiters sa restaurant during peak hours. So, dugay ma-serve ang order sa customers tungod sa kadaghan. Og mahimong dili masatisfy sa service kay dugay man naabot ilahang order. So need jud na to ikuan nga if kana ganing peak hours, so busy jud kay na, so need jud ta og mga waiters or staff. So the next one is surprises. Therefore, surprises, when we say surprises, mao na ang mga unexpected events like natural disaster, economic crashes, health crisis that can disrupt operations. But thoughtful planning helps mitigate harm. Even though specific crises can be predict, kay dili man ta sure dibaldwen nga makapredict sa future. We still can be addressed in advance. Long-term business must also plan for how crises might shift customer behavior. For example, when Typhoon Odette hit Cebu in 2021, daghan kayong hotels o resorts ang nakasinati og power outage. Naguba ilahang facilities ang nagkagubot ilahang supply chains. Properties like the Cebu Marriott Hotels na sila'y pre-existing disaster plans, backup generators to preserve refrigerated food and medicine, designated safe areas for guests and staff, the partnership with local suppliers to rescue emergency provision. For long-term adaptation, ang ubang coastal resort later on adjusted their design to include storm-resistant structures and shifting marketing emphasize resilience travel options catering to guests now more concerned about safety, disaster-prone areas. My point is, planning impact of surprises help business recovery faster and stay relevant after crisis. So the other one, the impact of change on strategic premises. So changes in the environment such as technology, economics, demographics affect businesses differently. Some future factors are predictable, like number of teenagers in a market, while others are complex or unpredictable, for example, prices of fuel, tourism threats, so dili jud na nato siya ma-predict, no? So, the hardest changes to forecast are those that reshape how customers interact with service like virtual travel. For example, the rise of virtual reality (VR) technology is transforming how people experience travel and events. Companies like Marriott International, for those who don't know, Marriott International is the world's largest company. So they have tasted room tour, letting guests accommodation before booking reduce uncertainty and influencing their decision. For conference planners, virtual events platforms become essential during the pandemic and may now offer hybrid option in person plus virtual attendance. This shift means hotel must invest in tech infrastructure, high-speed Wi-Fi, live streaming equipment to stay competitive. My point is business must track both predictable and unpredictable changes. Even small shift can alter how can customer engage with their services. So other one is strategic premises. So strategic premises are well researched assumption about how the industry or market will evolve in the future. Hospitality organization develop them by analyzing an external environment like consumer trends, economic shifts, or technological changes. Then ilahaning ginayus nga assumption as a foundation para sa ilahang service strategy. So strategic premises dili lang kay sila guesses but they are educated guesses based on data and observation. While planners can make mistakes with this assumption, having them is critical. Without clear premises, a business will lack direction and only react today changes instead of proactivity shaping its future. For example, kung nag-assume ang resort nga modaghan ilahang foreign tourists next year, so pwede sila mag-hire og mga staff nga kabalo mo English or other language og ma-improve ilahang facilities para mas ma-satisfy ilahang guests, like ilang i-improve ilahang room